hardest, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx from the Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Most exciting man in boxing. Man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellow Sports TV.
Hey, Steven, man, you really believe that stuff? Oh, man, come on. You really believe that stuff you be saying?
All right, man, let's talk about Spence, man. I was watching Bosito channel. Got some good ideas from a Bosito channel. Just go check out Bosito Boxing, man. I remember him before. I think he started the channel before I knew he had a channel. And his subs, has some really good questions. And somebody brought up with Spence on the OJ. It was Spence on the OJ because he hadn't got a knockout, right? And I remember back in the day, the dude that run the local dummy boxing community now, who claimed to be from Dallas, he had said, "Man, I knew people who grew up with Earl, man. They said Earl barely took aspirin, man. He barely took aspirin." Like I said before, the red flags had always been there, man. I just really needed to kind of like really just act on the red flags. But he said Earl barely took aspirin. I said, "Dog, this nigga really like." I just laughed when he said that shit. I said, "Man, that nigga's a clown, bro. How you know what he barely took, man? You know what I'm saying? How you know? But that was years ago, and Earl hasn't had a knockout since fighting Carlos Ocampo. People say you gotta. They're doing the Bushido Boxer channel comment section yesterday. They said you gotta ask the question. Was he on the shit? Was he on the orange juice? And well, you got to know boxing, bro. You got to know boxing, and there's a couple things going on. He hasn't had a knockout, in over 4 years, going on almost 5 years, right? Depending on when he fight Ugas. He stopped Carlos Ocampo. He retired Peterson. He retired. Stopped Brook. He stopped Bundu. He had 6 million views versus Bundu at the Olympic gold medal round. He stopped Algieri. He stopped Alejandro Barrera. He stopped Chris Bandier. He stopped Philo Greco. Stopped Samuel Vargas. Francisco Santana, retired no Blancos. So he on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. He like on 11 knockout streak, bro. Yeah, like something like 10 or 11 he was on before he got to Mikey Garcia. So then he went to the decision. I think that's a fight that he wouldn't work with Blu-ray for. And people were saying that he was saying that he didn't have a strength and conditioning coach. People but I seen him working out, doing the row machine. The one when you get in there like you're rowing. And it was rumors saying he was working out with Zeke Elliott's strength and conditioning coach, but he said he didn't have a strength and conditioning coach for that fight. But I do know that Blu-ray said that Derek James made him stop doing a leg day for Errol Spence. So Derek James would actually do the leg workout, and Blu-ray would work out the other parts of the body. Okay, so that is a fact. That is a fact. So Derek James has at least a background in what you know to do. With your back in the old school days, your coach used to be everything, strength and conditioning, boxing coach and stuff of that nature. But medicine has evolved, and now you got Muhammad Ali discovered that pool for himself, and guys that took the hydro workouts differently. Some dudes massages, and some dudes you got CrossFit. Robert Guerrero liked to do CrossFit before fights in the twilight of his career. You know what I'm saying? You got some guys that it was brought to me. A lot of the Hispanic fighters just don't believe in doing just the strength part of conditioning. You got some people like Bozzy Ennis and Jerron Ennis' father said he don't have his fighters pick up weights. So they do probably just calisthenics. You got some people who pick up weights. You got some heavyweights who don't pick up weights. You got Tyson Fury, where he cardio from a maniac. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge a fighter on the looks of his body. A lot of that's genetic. A lot of that don't tell the tale of strength and stuff of that nature. But you got rules of thumb in boxing. Some people believe in lifting weights. Some people believe on doing the right hand exercise or dipping the hands in bronze, and it's a lot of different things in boxing. You know what I'm saying, that you can do. But yeah, he said it. Since he left Blu-ray, got to ask is he on the potion. You know, people brought up how his chest looked and stuff. I had a stepbrother who had the same chest as a teenager, and he wasn't taking steroids. So you know, basically, I don't think it was Pez. You know, I can't say I know it wasn't Pez. You can't say nobody ain't on Pez. But no, it wasn't the orange juice. It wasn't, it wasn't no orange juice, man. This man, what happens when you move up in boxing, man, is that the tougher the opposition get, the usually your knockout stop. The more money you make, the less chances you take. You know, then also he been trying to make this weight for how long? So most some of the fights he was doing at 54 was at 54. But he been around the 40 mark his whole career. He been around that 40 mark his whole career. So, you know what I'm saying? So, he's talking about almost going on 10 years of fluctuating. But, consistently over the last consistently over since 2015, going towards the last 6 years. Well, I would say 5 because this is in November. So over the last, 5, not 6, 5 years, he's legitimately been campaigning at the 47-pound limit. And his activity levels, like everybody else in boxing, is straight booty cheeks. You know what I'm saying? His last knockout came in 2018, going on 4 years ago. And what happens is all that happened. The weight is getting to him. You know what I'm saying? Now, he said he used to didn't have to. He used to make the weight on his own. Now he got a nutritionist. You know what I'm saying? So the weight is what's happening. Probably he probably really can't lift the weights no more. Because weights are heavy. You know what I'm saying? You could put lean muscle on, but really, pulling calisthenics is automatic gonna put him. So he probably don't even need to touch the weights no more. He at that point of busting out the seams of the division. So all that I talked about calculating today. You talking about he got something to lose now, so he's not fighting as aggressive as he was. So he's not taking as many chances. You know what I'm saying? Then you talking about competition level is rising, like it or not. It rose when he fought Mikey Garcia to a certain level fighter. You know, um, and then you got the weight issue too. And then people talk about Blu-ray, but Blu-ray seemed to be the truth as far as working at the body and stuff of that nature. And like I said before, whatever that relationship is, sometimes you got to put your differences aside, and you got to, if they do have differences, you gotta work with them. If he the one that can bring you to your optimum ability, you gotta work with him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he had the best Spence. He said before, I forget what fight it was. He said you gonna knock everybody out when you with me, and he brings the best out of them physically. I mean, you could tell the difference. And obviously, if they could, they would mimic what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And whatever he was doing, they can't mimic it. And then people gonna open the door up for the orange juice questions right there. But whatever he was doing, I heard him explain it one day. He couldn't tell you what was the secret, but you know what I'm saying? He really can't mimic it. If he could mimic what Blue Ray was doing, bro, he would be mimicking it without him. So I mean, I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's just he can't make the weight no more. I don't know if it's he don't want to take the chances no more that he once took. But like I said, the opposition level was rising too. Yep, the opposition level was rising. So usually when you start fighting the better fighters, you don't get the knockouts no more. Are there exceptions to the rules? Yeah, but it's always somebody can take your punch. Look at Wilder for the most recent example. Tyson Fury took his punch. It's always gonna be somebody out there who can take your punch. Always. And this is what happens when you move up and you fight good opposition. We talking about the guys. Brooke come off injury. Peterson was old. Campo was a little unknown. Bundu, Keith didn't stop Bundu. Chris Aldrich came off a couple losses. I can't speak on Andro and Barrera, but you look at anybody. At one point, I'm pretty sure Mikey Garcia had a bunch of KOs. Roman Rocky Martinez. You know what I'm saying? Dencini and Eloyo Rojas. And then we start fighting a certain caliber like Adrian Broner, Sergey Lipniets. You know, who are we talking about? My bad. Yeah, Mikey Garcia, Sergey Lipniets. You know, all the knockouts stopped coming. You know, it just wasn't. It just wasn't the weight. The level of opposition was different than knocking out Oliver Lachine or Cornelius Locke. He fought better fighters, and that's what happens in boxing. You know, Adrian Broner. You know, most of his shit was about his climbing weight. He hadn't had a knockout since 2016. You know, so when you fight better fighters, it's tougher to knock them out. You gotta do something different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take more chances. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, do something different. Use a different angle. Take accumulation, whatever. So yeah, it's no secret. And then activity is something that we're speaking on. He not being active. So when you're not physically fighting, consistently fighting, it's harder. It's harder to stay in rhythm. It's harder to keep your faculties, and it's harder to stay on weight at this division. You know, it's harder to keep your weight at the division. So if he was fighting, he'd probably be making 47, consistently, easily. He'd probably still be the caliber of fighter physically that he was versus Peterson, Brook, Bundu, and Algieri. But when you don't fight as long, you talking about, well, I stay in the gym. When you stay in the gym, it does help you keep sharp. But then again, you don't have to make weight. So that's something to think about too. Being in the gym and being in training camp and being fighting is totally two different things. So like I said, his status inactive, that's crazy. It was Danny Garcia's status inactive, I bet. He active. So the knockouts are gonna be hard. It's hard to knock out top guys. Thurman, it's hard. It's hard to get out here and get top guys. Thurman ain't had a knockout since when? Luis Collazo, and he damn near lost that fight. He ain't knocked nobody else since 2015. An actual knockout, really, too. Probably with Julio Diaz was his last actual knockout. Look at all the knockouts that he used to have. You know what I'm saying? He used to knock people out. One time, turn to one more time, to one more time. So yeah, when you knocking out prize fighters, bro, at this level, you a real puncher. It ain't even just about being a puncher neither, bro. It's your physical ability, your activity. You know what I'm saying? It's how comfortable you are at the weight. It's, how motivated you are. You know what I'm saying? All that. How you doing in sleeping in silk sheets. How you dealing with the money and the fame. But all that, the weight. He probably look a lot better at 54 physically. He probably had more color in his skin. He probably be more fuller. He probably fill out instantly at the division. He already fought there a few times, so. Well, yeah, man, it take all that, man. So yeah, people talking about you ain't got a knockout in this month. Well, all that is about competition level, weight, inactivity, all that way into that, all that way into his problems, knocking people out. It could it have something to do with Blu-ray? Absolutely. To find the right personal strength and conditioning coach. That's a relationship. It's like I'm performing a relationship. Well, somebody just tagged me and he said on our Discord. So he said Blu-ray said he not sure if he working with Earl. Okay. I guess he was on what's my man's channel that I forget the dude's name. Drew Titan, I think it's somebody screenshot. He got 7-8, he got somebody else in there, a few niggas I don't see. But so apparently this is what one of my people said in the Discord. So you only can join the Discord right now via live stream or hit me up directly. I'll give you a Discord link. Okay, I'll give you a Discord link, bro, directly. But after the New Year, man, turn, you either got to be part of my membership or you got to be shoot some cash to get in the Discord, bro. Membership start at $2. You know what I'm saying? But just make sure you check the perks at the December 31st. So just hit me up and I'll let you know. But you catching a live stream, you can hit me up directly. But yeah, man, people be talking now, be knowing what they talking about, man. a lot of this KO issues come from, if I had to rank them, bro, Blu-ray aside, bro, if I had to rank them, I would say the inactivity, because he stopped getting the KOs before he stopped getting the KOs before the accident. I would say the inactivity is the number one thing that's killing him. I would say the weight, and then the competition level in that order, and then everything else. So yeah, those are the things that's killing them, bro. And inactivity is a motherfucker. And it's just that, he just ain't fighting like he should, bro. Especially when you having a hard time making the weight, you need to be in and out of training camps. And at this point, he's not gonna be a sparring partner. No way you can ask this nigga to be a sparring partner at this point. So they gotta find a plan to get him active. But like I said, the opposition level goes up too. It's harder to knock out the guys that he's knocking out. He's knocking out real top 5, real top 10 guys. He fighting real guys. He fought even my guy Mikey Garcia. He know how to survive. How many times Mikey Garcia been knocked out? I mean, last time I checked, none. He been on the canvas before, but these dudes know how to survive. These dudes are mill it in. And then part of it is too. I say he not taking the chances that he used to take. The money is getting. He got something to lose now, so he's not taking those chances no more too. So that'd be my fourth one. I have to have a fifth one, man. Maybe it is like the strength and conditioning and the nutrients, nutritionists and all that. So those 5 reasons. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request, or you want to chop it up. Okay, best way to donate, comment, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. You go live, drop a video, want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description, Cash App and Venmo roll at the bottom of the screen, all that's in the description I talked about. Check out the box news and welterweight playlist, one time for the one time.